Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Monday, January the 10th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. We got a lot to get into today here on this Monday. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Of course, as always, guys, I'm Chris Phillips, host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. I see Solo, Bowen, Daddy-O, Noah Johns, Lindsey, John, Cade, Cody, Wesley Newmar, Travi, Chance, Brennan M., Todd Smith, Brian Lattimore. The entire crew is here, and then some. Also, guys, you're the Big Cock Club Discord. Head over to the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel to be sure that your questions are answered. Yes, and as Brendan points out, first day of class 4.0 energy, at least for Brendan. First day of class of the spring semester of 2022. So I definitely, guys, want to wish you all a ton of luck and wish you all cheers in regards to a very successful spring semester for 2022. Back to school to prove to mom and dad that I am not a fool or something in regards to that. Guys, again, we got a lot to get into. Before we do, though, I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because as always, the Daily Crow is brought to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys are young but experienced and aggressive attorneys, both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats the clients like family. Guys, they're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. You've been involved in any type of action, no matter what it might be. The last thing you should be dealing with, worried about, dealing with paperwork, the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, like I said, we got a lot to get into. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377, which, by the way, guys, I want to show you this really quickly. Of course, today is National Championship Monday, and it felt appropriate to rock the Viva Garcia shirt. Now, you're asking yourself, why? Why is it appropriate to rock the Viva Garcia shirt? Well, folks, here's why. Because the last time that Alabama lost to an SEC East opponent, in case you somehow have been living under a rock and you haven't seen this statistic posted like 1,000 times like I have, but the last time that Alabama lost to an SEC East team, 2010, and this man was quarterbacking for the University of South Carolina. So we'll see. That might end tonight when Alabama and Georgia play each other in the national championship. But either way, going to be a ton of fun, guys. And again, I want to hear from you. We can talk that. Of course, guys, we're talking court cocks, both men's and women's. Gamecocks taking down Vanderbilt Saturday in Nashville. And then, of course, the women doing their thing yesterday in a blowout win over the Kentucky Wildcats. We can dive into some football, of course, recruiting, a big recruiting weekend for Shane Beamer. A lot to get into. And again, guys, I do want to hear from you. The phone lines are officially open. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. You can also text that number as well. And yeah, Brian Dean, you make a good point. Listen, I'm not a conference guy. I don't care. To hell with Georgia. If I had to pick one team to win, it would be Alabama, because to hell with Georgia, truly. Beyond that, man, I'm just really excited as a college football fan to watch some good football. Like, really, truly, I think Alabama-Georgia is going to be an incredible game. I look forward to the day the Gamecocks are playing in this game. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, at some point, it is going to happen. But no, I'm just really, as a college football fan, man, I'm just really excited and intrigued to watch the rematch between Alabama and Georgia. And I know the country, people might say that college football or the country has, Bama, Georgia fatigue, if you will, and I understand, but these are the two best teams in the country. They are. It's not even close. These are the two best teams in college football, period, point blank, bottom line. I'm most intrigued to see what adjustments Georgia makes. I was shocked what happened to their defense in the SEC championship game. And I tell you what, if I wasn't already pulling for Alabama because I hate Georgia, the fact that Will Muschamp is on the Georgia sideline, is on the Georgia coaching staff, that's all the reason I need to pull for Alabama to get the W. So again, want to hear from you. Hey, we can talk national title if you want to give your predictions, your thoughts on that game, what have you. Again, I know it doesn't necessarily affect South kind of football, but still, we have high interest as college football fans. Really excited to watch that game. Justin says Bama by 10. T-Max says 35-28 Bama. A-Raj says 28-20 Alabama. Yeah. I'm interested and intrigued to see a lot of people, how many people I should say, are picking Georgia. And Vegas still has Georgia as a favorite, which, I mean, after what happened in Atlanta, it's hard to think that Georgia is still listed as a favorite, but they are. They are. They are. So Travis got Georgia 35, Bama 32. I think we're all, honestly, guys, hoping for just a close, competitive, great national championship game, because too often in this college football playoff era, we've just seen blowouts. And I know my guy P-Doc agrees with this. And, I don't know, man. We can talk about expanding the playoff, and I think there are advantages to that in regards to keeping, more fan bases engaged longer in the season. But honestly, there was nothing wrong with the BCS. I mean, there really wasn't. When you look back, I don't know that there really was anything wrong with the BCS. The national title games were so much more fun. They were so much more competitive. The playoff era, man, they've been blowouts. Like, the majority of them have been damn blowouts. So, we got to the result we would have gotten to either way. With Alabama and Georgia playing each other. So, going to be a fun night. Going to be a fun game for sure. Going to be a fun game. Let's see. Heath Hagler asked me, who do you got tonight, Chris? Putting me on the spot, Heath, because, here's the thing. I picked Georgia in the preseason to win it all. If you do recall that way back over the summer, I picked Georgia to actually go undefeated and win it all. So I was a bit shocked when they lost to Bama the way they did. With that being said in this game, I'll tell you this. If I got to go on record and make a pick, how do you bet against Alabama right now? That's one thing I'll say, but I will tell you this, and Coach Lowing made this point. It is very, very hard to beat a team twice. It's very hard to beat a good team twice. So with that being said, you know what? I'm going to stick with my preseason prediction. I'm going to say Georgia makes the necessary adjustments. Their defense looks light years better, and I think they will find a way to get the dub. I think this is the year for Georgia. The pressure's on for Georgia. They've got to win this game. So I think Georgia does find a way to get it done. I do. By the way, RIP in peace, my guy P-Dog, because Brian Flores is officially out as the Miami Dolphins head coach, which I don't understand why. I don't really understand why. They went 9-8, right? I mean, they won like 8 in a row at one point or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else can explain that one to me. My dad's a Dolphins fan and my brother's a Dolphins fan as well. And so they pull for the Dolphins. And I kind of grew up pulling for the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? I really don't claim an NFL team. But, yeah, Dolphins head coach is out. So, yeah, David Jones. Bama being the underdog certainly does not bode well for Georgia. The rat poison that's being fed in Nick Saban. I can't believe they made Georgia the favorite again. I really can't. I mean, I understand, I don't know. I don't know. But either way, to hell with Georgia. to hell with Georgia. But if I got to go on record, you know what? I'll go with my preseason pick. I tell you what, and this is the conversation I've had with you guys. As a college football fan, who would you rather be? A Gamecocks fan where we're just struggling to break through it all and win any type of championship? Or would you rather be a Georgia fan that you get to the pinnacle year in, year out and find a way to blow it? Because if you're Georgia, dude, if you're Georgia and you lose tonight, your season, what did you accomplish? What did Georgia accomplish? If you lose tonight, you didn't win the SEC championship. I mean, yeah, you won a playoff game. But, I mean, their season was a bust. I mean, that's how, you know, the margin for error, when you have the expectations they had, I mean, you know, so there's a lot of, you know, my guy Josh Pate of 24/7 Sports put this beautifully a couple months ago, or like a month or two ago. There isn't pressure in the sense that Kirby Smart's going to get fired, but there's a lot of competitive pressure on Kirby Smart. A lot of competitive pressure. So, and A-Rod says, wouldn't want to be anything but a Gamecock. I hear you. P-Dog says, I'd rather be in UGA's shoes. It's better to be loved and have lost than have never loved at all. Okay, P-Dog, we don't need to get that deep on a Monday. No, I do agree with you, though. You'd rather – I mean, I'd rather have the opportunity at the championship every year and still fall flat on my face. At least you're getting to that point. At least you're getting to that point. That is a very good point. Travis says, how about the Gamecocks in the NFL? Dude, yeah, seriously. Ingram, Debo went off. Jared Cook, Brian Edwards. Yeah, it's incredible, man. Yeah, it's incredible. Our guys in the NFL crushed. By the way, just on a quick side note, guys, you see the quote behind me. And it's one of my favorite quotes, and it just felt appropriate for the whiteboard here on this Monday. Make mistakes of ambition, not mistakes of sloth. And that's by Niccolo Machiavelli. I think that's how you say his name. Last name. Machiavelli. Whatever. Machiavelli, something like that. Niccolo Machiavelli. Anyways, the reason I put that up there, a lot happening behind the scenes on this Monday morning in regards to the Big Cock Club, interviews, business expansion, and more. So very excited, guys, for what's to come. Yours truly is rocking and rolling. You always know we're going 100, we're going 1,000. There's no half speed here. So very excited for what's to come, man. Sincerely. Very, very excited. William Korb, who was the second welcome home. You know, I won't ruin the kid's announcement. I don't even know for certain. The rumor is, and the word on the street is, that it is another defensive player from the transfer portal. So, you know, I'm not 110% sure. That's just the word on the street. So, Daddy O says, what are the scenarios where tonight's game actually has an effect on South Carolina recruiting? You know, Daddy O, I mean, I guess, you know, it'd be worse if Georgia won the national title because you play them on a year-in, year-out basis. I mean, if Alabama wins the title, then whatever. But, you know, you asked that question. It's very funny, Daddy O, that you asked that question. Because somebody asked me about that a couple of years ago when that team from the upstate was in the national championship. Like, oh, you know, do we want them to win or lose? Or of course we want them to lose, but it's like, how does it affect recruiting either way? And it's like, certainly you want them to lose. But, like, your team has made it to the national championship. Recruiting has taken care of itself at that point. Win or lose, you're there. You know what I mean? Win or lose, you're there. So, yeah, I mean, they're both going to continue to recruit at a very, very, very high level. So, no matter the winner, both will continue to recruit at a very, very, very high level. Bottom line. So, again, guys, I do want to hear from you, though. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. By the way, guys, 1 week closer to opening day. As we sit here just 39 days away from first pitch at Founders Park, I'm very happy to tell you all this week is officially the last week without Gamecocks baseball content until the end of baseball season. Starting next week, 1 month from opening day, we will begin our position unit preview series for baseball, where I'll go through, first, second, third, short, catcher, everything, all across the diamond, break down every single position by position, key departures, top returners, expectations, all that good stuff. Overall grades, just like we did for football. And then as we get closer, we'll give our official preview, predictions, and then before you know it, February the 18th will be here. It will be opening day. So again, beginning next week, we'll begin also the countdown to opening day. We'll do that again, the countdown to opening day via social media. And then, of course, like I said, Gamecocks baseball content will be back. Gamecocks baseball content will be back. So I'm very excited, guys, very pumped. You already know I'm a huge baseball guy, and it's going to be a ton of fun counting down the days for sure. So, creeping up on us, man. It's wild. Opening day is going to be here before you know it. Pete Hawk says, can we break down left-handed pitcher spectators? Yeah, we'll also break down retired CIU right-handers. We'll do that as well. Travis says, it's almost barbecue seed season. It is funny you say that, Travis. I consume more barbecue seeds. I consume more barbecue sunflower seeds in a week during baseball season than I probably do throughout the entire rest of the year when it's not baseball season. It's pretty wild. So, yeah. Let's see. Cade Grant, when do the tickets come out? I've already got my season tickets. I don't know when individual tickets go on sale, but I've already got my season tickets locked in. AJ Bauer says, I know it won't happen, but imagine Caleb Williams transfers to South Carolina. Yeah, it certainly won't happen, and what I'm hoping doesn't happen is he goes to Georgia, because it's rumored his top two are Georgia and Southern Cal. Can you imagine, by the way? Can you imagine if it's South Carolina, Georgia this upcoming season, and it's Rattler against Caleb Williams? Like, can you even fathom that matchup? What an interesting dynamic that would be. I mean, truly, what an interesting dynamic that would be. Ryan Rhodes, second welcome home. Yeah, I'm hearing that it is a defensive player from the transfer portal. That's what I'm hearing. That's the word on the street. Could be something different. Who knows? That's just what I've heard. So I won't throw out any specific names, but certainly a transfer portal guy. Yeah. Drape and Costa says, nice way to flex. Good job, Chris. Wait, flex on what did I say? Dre, what did I say? Flex on what? Oh, the season. Well, I mean, Dre, would you not expect me to be in the building for every game? I mean, of course, we got to be there, my guy. We got to be there. And it's just, honestly, Dre, there's so many games. It's so much easier to just buy season tickets, get out of the way. I had to do game by game last year because of COVID, and they had limited season tickets. That was such a pain. I'm so happy to just, hey, boom, buy it out of the way, got every ticket. We're locked in. Justin Langford says, will Boz start? Yes, I would expect Boz to be your Saturday starter. Yes. Absolutely. AJ Bowers, no way he goes to Georgia as loaded as that quarterback room is. He doesn't want competition. He wants to be QB1 day one when he steps on campus, wherever he goes. My question to you is this, AJ Bowers, who would people, I've heard a lot of people say that quarterback room's loaded. Loaded with who? Gunnar Stockton's not going to play. He's not even going to push for playing time. Trust me. Gunnar Stockton's not going to play. I guess JT Daniels is back. I mean, I think Georgia's biggest issue is quarterback. I think they need a quarterback. Obviously, JT Daniels hadn't gotten the job done. So, my guy Lance, what's going on? Appreciate you. No, Dre, I got you. Yeah, and it's got to get the season tickets, my guy. It makes everything so much easier to get those season tickets to baseball for sure. Jesse Jacobs, Chris, do you have season tickets to all the main sports? So baseball is the only one that I actually buy season tickets through the school because I just don't know anybody else that sells them. For basketball, I've got a guy that sells me my season tickets. And then believe it or not, guys, Dre talking about a flex. Believe it or not, I do not have season tickets to football. I literally just get tickets given to me every week, which is a blessing. You know, I think people, number one, we help spread a lot of tickets to Gamecock fans. That's number one. We give away tickets every week. You know, we give tickets to random fans. We make sure tickets are used. But, you know, it's just honestly, man, a blessing doing what I do. I run into a lot of tickets. And I got, a lot of buddies that have a lot of tickets that, want TSUS in the stadium, which I want to be in the stadium. So it works out well in that way. If ever got to a point where I needed to buy a ticket, it's not a big deal. Like I bought tickets to the bowl game, but, I just think that, and let me put it this way. It'll become harder. It will become harder when we start getting better and the games are actually sold out. But until the games are sold out, getting tickets to South Carolina football games, it's not nearly the challenge it was, 7, 8, 9 years ago. We'll put it that way. Let's see. Elizabeth Ballard says, I'm excited to see what changes we made in batting. I'd like to see some more small ball instead of swinging for the fences. Yeah, Elizabeth, I can tell you this. And again, I'm really I'm really looking forward to when Gamecocks baseball drops their scrimmage schedule because I'm excited to see these guys. I could give you a projected starting 9 right now, and I can tell you this. I do not think we're going to hit as many home runs this year. But I do believe we're going to have much, much more barrel control. I think we're going to be much more station to station. And I think we're going to be a more productive baseball team. I do. I think we're going to be much tougher on opposing pitchers. I think we're going to be much tougher on opposing pitchers. So really excited for that. I think we're going to win in a different way this year, but I think it's going to work out. It's going to work out well for us. I do. I think it's going to work out very well for us. Let's see. David Jones is a Clemson fan who just had surgery and is pretty much bedridden watching the Spurs Up show. Good job. I appreciate it, David. Hey, well wishes to you. Even though you're a Clemson fan, appreciate you tuning in. Well wishes. Rest up and hope you get better soon. For sure. John Kruger says there's only one Carolina shirt. Looks great, Chris. John, glad you got it. John. Glad that made it to you successfully. Heath Hagler, let's hope and pray our baseball team is better on Fridays this season. Yeah, you went 2-8 in Friday SEC games last year. You got to be better. Like, honestly, the fact we went 16-14 in league play, and went 2-8 in Friday nights is pretty shocking. Which, by the way, we don't talk about this enough. I'm not a pat yourself on the back guy when it comes to predictions because, again, when you make as many predictions as I do, you miss a lot of them. But can we all take a moment to appreciate that your guy here picked the Gamecocks to go 16-14 before SEC play before the season started, and we went exactly 16-14 in SEC play. That's pretty wild when you think about it. That's pretty wild. There's a reason that it ain't a hobby, right? There's a reason this ain't a hobby. No, sometimes you hit some predictions, sometimes you don't. But I just think, I'm pretty impressed with myself there. That's pretty impressive. The pressure's on here in a few weeks to nail the prediction once again. And yeah, Pete Alk apparently can do math because he 14-6 in Saturday and Sunday games. Yes, Pete Alk can do math. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of weekends we lost that opening game, and Brandon Jordan and either Will Sanders or whoever, Boz, whoever was starting on Sunday, found a way, man. Just found a way to get the dubs and pitch under pressure and do the job for us. So. Let's see. Dre Picasso, are we still able to see the Gamecocks practice in the stadium before the season begins? That will all depend on Shane Beamer. Not 100% sure. That'll all depend on Shane Beamer. By the way, guys, really quickly, of course, today's show is also brought to you by the Big Cock Club. You see the hat. Be sure to join the Big Cock Club today because we have got some very, very big interviews upcoming with some former Gamecock football players, specifically one who was a fantastic wide receiver, another who, hint, hint, is the all-time points leader in school history. Those will all be exclusive Big Cock Club interviews. So you want to join today to get full access to those conversations, patreon.com/Big Cock Club, or just go to the link in bio on our social media, and you can join there. Really, really good stuff. All that and more as well. All that and more as well in regards to the content that we offer in the Big Cock Club. Again, guys, I do want to hear from you. 843-790-3377. P-Dog says, me thinks Sanders and Boz are going to win a decent handful of SEC series this year. Yeah, I think Sanders is going to be a beast. I think Sanders, I think Big Willie's going to do work. I think Big Willie's absolutely going to do work. Justin Langford has got to stand in right field and help throw up the K's on the board. Yeah, the Rowdy Roosters are back. Rowdy Roosters are back. John Kruger, okay, I didn't even know this. January the 21st, single game tickets for Carolina baseball. January the 21st. Appreciate that, John. I did not even know that. So there you go. In case you're looking for single game tickets, January the 21st is when South Carolina baseball tickets will go on sale. Individual South Carolina baseball tickets. Let's see. By the way, I missed this comment earlier, but P-Dog showing the Braves respect. Says, look at the Bravos for this year, constantly putting up NL East banners, but never doing anything until they do. Yeah. Great time to be a Braves fan. It's crazy to work. I mean, we're a month from spring training. So, also asked the seats that you're in, say I wanted to buy them by individual game. Are you talking baseball as far as price for tickets? Are you talking baseball? Let's see. Again, wishing all those who are beginning a new semester best of luck. Obviously, for all our Gamecocks, the semester does begin today, the spring semester. By the way, guys, the AP poll for men's basketball is out. The Gamecocks will officially face the 22nd ranked Tennessee Volunteers tomorrow night in Knoxville. So, chance for a big road upset. What's surprising, by the way, Florida not ranked, and that's who you play on Saturday at home. So that will be a very, very big opportunity on Saturday for a home win. That will be very, very big. Again, of course, tomorrow night's game at 6:30, Saturday's game at 1 for the men's side. The women play this week at 7 on Thursday and then 3 o'clock on Sunday. So, yeah, Noah Johns, best of luck to you, my friend. Best of luck to you. My guy, Lance Player, man, probably slugging Busch Lattes as we speak. I wonder, does Lance, do you ever switch it up from the Busch Lattes? Like, do you ever get classy and get a little classy and drink some red wine, or you just strictly, or do you ever get a little rowdy and go to the vodka or the whiskey, or you just strictly Busch Lattes? He'll drink it on your birthday, Jesus' birthday, Busch Lattes. That's Lance. Lance is just strictly Busch Lattes. Let's see. Wow. I gotta put her on blast. A-Raj doesn't know what a Busch Latte is. A Busch Latte is a Busch Light. A-Raj, it's a Busch Light. You go to, I mean, God forbid, you go to CWP, you should know what a Busch Latte is. That's for damn sure. That's like literally their signature drink, I feel like, in there. That or a Miller Lite, whatever. Let's see. Rebecca Dean Sarandon says, Clemson can kiss my ass. Indeed, Rebecca. Indeed. No truer words have ever been spoken here on these airwaves. Lance Player says, every now and then, no wine, just the bourbon and the latte. Love that. P-Dog says, Lance and C. Philly over under 296.5 beers at the tailgate season total this year. Definitely over. Definitely over. There's no question. Definitely over. P-Dog, somebody told me about Diet Coke as a mixer. It's a game changer. You know what I love about that comment from P-Dog? P-Dog acts like he just discovered something that's like, yo, have you ever heard of Diet Coke as a mixer? Bruh, you're way behind, my friend. I'm not a Diet Coke guy. I'm not a Diet Coke guy, but yeah, Diet Coke as a mixer is not some new thing, my guy. That's a tale as old as time, truly. A tale as old as time. CWP Clutch with a $2 natty. Yeah, A-Rod is a skinny girl. She's only doing Mick Ultras. I hear you. Travis Lee says 34-28 Alabama tonight. My prediction, Travis, I won't lock in a score necessarily because I just don't know. What's scary, never bet against Alabama. I think it's a fool's errand to bet against Alabama. Nobody ever got rich betting against Alabama. But I tell you, man, I picked Georgia in the preseason, and as Coach Long made the point last week, it's really tough to beat a team twice. So with that being said, I'm going to roll with Georgia. I think it's their year. I think Georgia finds a way. The pressure's on Georgia. They got to get the job done. I think Georgia does get it done. I think Georgia finds a way to get the job done. So I don't have a score to give, but I'm going to pick Georgia to beat Alabama. I'm going to pick Georgia. So I am going to pick Georgia. Brian Dean, the Fighting Franks beat Vandy. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Absolutely, yes, they did. Yeah, great win on Saturday, man. Great win. Hey, Raj, I did not say roll Georgia. I just said I think Georgia will win the game. I mean, it's to hell with Georgia. To hell with Georgia. I really don't want Georgia to win. I'll tell you what, though, either way, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't want to see Will Muschamp get a ring, personally. But, I mean, they're already there. You know, like somebody asking about, oh, you know, how's it affect recruiting? They're already both in the national title. Like, what difference does it make? You know, the real winner here, by the way, the real winner of the day is us. Because of it being National Championship Monday, getting to relive this Jake Bentley photo of him posing next to the National Championship trophy. I mean, God, like gouge my eyes out. So, shoot or shoot. Yeah, Brian, shoot or shoot indeed. Shoot or shoot indeed. Shoot or shoot indeed. I just hope to see a really, really good game. I mean, I tell you what, I'd love to see Georgia get their hearts broken. I'd love to see Georgia get their hearts broken, but, you know. Was it Gamecocks today that made that Bentley edit? I was wondering who it was. I'll go and tag him. I wasn't sure if it was him. I honestly, like, forgotten who made it, so I wasn't trying to not tag him. I just, you know. Let's see. Brian Dean says, Clemson fans are like a bad case of hemorrhoids, always flaring up. Brian, I wouldn't know from personal experience, and if you do, my condolences to you, but that is one hell of a comparison on a Monday. I'm not going to lie. That's one hell of a comparison. Cole Brandon says, Georgia's game plan will make all the difference. Early attack against conservative. Again, I think Coach Lawing made a really good point in regards to it. It's really tough to beat a team twice. It's really tough to beat a team twice because, again, as he said, you know, you're on the Alabama side of things saying, okay, like how much, if at all, do we change our game plan? Let's just do the same thing, right? It worked the last time. Meanwhile, Georgia's like, we're going to change everything. So it's almost like this mental warfare type deal. So Lance Player says, damn, I got to slam lattes on a Monday night. Damn you, college ball. Lance, don't act like you wouldn't be slamming lattes either way. Come on now. Now you just have a good excuse. Now you just got a good excuse. Yeah, to hell with Georgia indeed. Jacob Rogers, here's a good question. We got another Rogers? We got another Raj? Is this A-Raj's brother? Jacob Rogers, either way. Do you think that Doty transfers now that the quarterback room is loaded? I don't think Doty transfers, at least right now. If I had to pick one guy that I think is going to transfer, it's going to be Colton Gauthier because, again, dude couldn't even sniff playing time last season. Couldn't sniff it. Couldn't sniff playing time. So if I had to pick one guy who I think is most likely going to transfer, I would say he would be the one. I think Luke Doty's all Gamecock. I think Luke Doty's kind of like the carry-on Joyner. I think he'll do whatever it takes to help the football team win. So I at least right now, I don't see Luke Doty going anywhere. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting just how this coaching staff handles it because, again, what I've said this before and I'll say it again. You can't allow what happened to Dakereon Joyner to happen to Luke Doty. Where is he a quarterback? Is he a receiver? Is he something else? How does he help us? You got to figure out a plan. So, all right, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Rebecca Standard.
Here we go.
To accept.
Rebecca, what's going on? How are you?
Good. Did you know we got some Clemson fans on here?
Rebecca, they're here every single day. I can't help it. They're here every single day. I can't help. There really is no Clemson content creator, I guess, worth a damn to tune into. But, hey, listen, as long as they're not causing a stir, so be it. But I feel like when you start having rival fans tuning into your content, that's how you kind of know. That's how you kind of know you're making some waves. But, yeah, it is what it is. It's up to you guys in the comments to hash it out with those folks. So.
Yeah, it aggravates the far out of me.
Aggravates the what?
It aggravates the far out of me.
Well, like I said, there's not much yours truly can do about it. So.
Right. Yeah, because one of my great aunts and my great uncles, one of my cousins, three of their children, one of them went to the University of Clemson.
Mm-hmm. That's tough. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, so the other two are Gamecock fans.
Gotcha. Well, at least 2/3 of it is on the right side. So.
Yeah, I was wondering if you noticed that in the chat.
Yeah, it is what it is. As long as they're not causing a scene, it's we just kind of keep it moving. So, but like I said, it's up to you guys to hash it out in the comments. But like I said, as long as they're not causing a scene, it is what it is. All good, whatever. Just makes the numbers look good, I guess. Just makes the numbers look good.
Yeah, I don't know what to say on this game for Georgia and Alabama. Really, it's something to watch tonight.
Yeah, I'm just expecting a really, really good game. Obviously Bama hammered Georgia and Atlanta, so who knows? And I think that shocked the entire country, especially when we were talking about the Georgia defense being one of the best ever in college football, and they just got boat raced in Atlanta. So, on one hand, I think you'd be a fool to bet against Nick Saban and Alabama. On the other hand, maybe this is Georgia's year. I don't know. They're still the favorite in the game, which feels kind of crazy, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I'm actually, again, I stay pretty much just locked in on the Gamecock side of things, but I am actually very excited to watch this game tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to go for Georgia for tonight.
You're going to go for Georgia? Really? Why is that?
I don't know, because I got tired of hearing about Alabama here lately.
Fair enough. Alabama fatigue. I can't pull for Georgia in anything. So I'm pulling for a great game. I'd love to see Georgia losing a heartbreaker because it's to hell with Georgia. But, hey, to each their own. Whatever. It is what it is. So, hey, I hear you. I don't like Bama either. So.
But I like to see Georgia beat Alabama, see if they do it again, if they can. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game for sure. I'm excited for it. Yeah. So, Rebecca, we're going to jump in. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted just to call in just to, BS around.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, that's what we do here on the Daily Crow. We BS around. Rebecca, we're going to We're going to jump into a quick break, but I appreciate you calling in as always. You take care of those Clemson fans in the comments, and we'll talk soon for sure.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Kevin Applewhite. Nobody in this chat is pulling for Georgia. Kevin Applewhite with the slapdick. I mean, Captain Slapdick has entered the chat because there's not a Carolina fan in here pulling for Georgia. Rebecca's pulling for Georgia. Ain't nobody pulling for Georgia. So, yeah, I hope Georgia gets the dog shit beat out of them. Literally. So, anyways, taking your questions, comments, calls, guys, 843-790-3377. We are rocking and rolling here on this Monday. By the way, quick reminder, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 573, full breakdown of everything that happened over the weekend, including basketball, recruiting, also great conversation with former Gamecocks wide receiver Troy Williamson, one of the all-timers, a throwback conversation. So this one is available to the masses via the podcast. Be sure to check that out. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, what's up, guys? We're back. Everybody is fired up in the chat, by the way. We are taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. Dre says, Kevin looks like the type to brush his teeth with chewing tobacco every day. There is some vitriol in these comments right now. I love to see that. Tommy Wallace says 2 questions. Is it better for Carolina recruiting if Georgia gets beat? Also, is it harder to beat a good team twice in a month or harder to beat Nick Saban? So, does it? I really don't think it matters who wins the game. I mean, obviously, it'd be nice to see Georgia lose, but they're going to continue to recruit at an extremely high level. I mean, let me ask you this, David. Or no, not David. Let's see. Who was it that asked that question? Tommy Wallace. Let me ask you this: Georgia loses the national title. I still don't think Shane Beamer's lead pitch on the trail is, "Oh, Georgia's on the decline. They lost in the national championship." It's like, what? Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, don't think it really matters. Just selfishly, I'd love to see Georgia lose. Let's see here. Let's see. Brian Dean, South Carolina could get 5-star recruits across the board if we had a mega church back. It's like the team in the upstate. Oh, my God. Kevin Applewhite, you are officially today's slapdick. Eric Fryer says, to the paste-eating fucktards from the upstate, please go and finish the bag of dicks you started eating this morning, and while you're at it, let us know how the search for your missing girlfriend or goats is going. My guy, Eric Fryer, dropping the hammer. I appreciate that, Eric. Honestly, I appreciate that. AJ Bowers has got Alabama winning by 8 points. Andrew the textbook says, I'm pulling for Alabama. I want the 1980 jokes to live on. I don't understand why you'd be a Gamecock pulling for Georgia. I'll be totally honest with you. I don't get it. I mean, it doesn't bother me, whoever you're pulling for, doesn't bother me, but I don't understand what the motivation would be to pull for Georgia. I don't get it. I don't get it. Either way. Let's see. Eric Fryer says, can't you wave a magic wand and make that goat fucking room temp IQ paste-eating fucktard disappear? Shipment, I thought we had standards. Eric, I do what I can, man. I do what I can. We do have mayonnaise indeed. David Jones is enjoying the show. I'm just bored laying in bed recovering. I never have time for daily shows like this because of work. That being said, it's awesome chatting about ball with folks that love it too. Yeah, indeed. No, indeed, man. We have a good time here. We have a very good time here. Ben Smith says Georgia by 10. Bryant Hughes says to hell with Georgia and with Will Muschamp. Love that. Ben Smith says, when are we actually going to get some decent wideouts? In recruiting, I think it's going to happen.
Call from
Rebecca Sanders.
Twice in a day.
To accept, press 1. To send a
I'm nice.
voicemail,
I'm gonna let it
press
play.
2.
Rebecca, twice in one day. What's going on?
I was going to tell you, I was wanting to explain the reason why that I was pulling for Georgia.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why I'm pulling for Georgia is that I've heard enough about Alabama up here in Tennessee. It's not even funny. And that's the reason why I'm pulling for Georgia. I mean, every time you turn around, you hear somebody at the store or somewhere, something about Alabama. I mean, I don't mean anything by it.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just getting tired of hearing it.
I understand. Now,
and I'm sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings.
No. Hey, the beauty of this show, Rebecca, is we can agree to disagree. So I don't know, whatever. I don't judge you as a human being, or I'm not going to lose sleep tonight because you're pulling for Georgia. It doesn't bother me. Just me personally, I'm not. So it's all good. It is what it is, Rebecca. No big deal. No love lost. No love lost. It's fine.
Yeah, so, but I wanted to explain that to everybody on the air why I was pulling for Georgia is because I've heard enough of it here in Tennessee.
Right. Well, Rebecca, I appreciate you calling in and explaining that, and I'm sure the audience does as well. So thank you for that. I do appreciate it, Rebecca.
I mean, I'm always would be a Gamecock fan.
Oh, for sure. No doubt. Well, again, Rebecca, I appreciate you calling in, clearing your name, doing what you felt like you had to do. It's always a pleasure to hear from you for sure. So, all right, Rebecca, appreciate it. Great stuff. Great stuff. Wants to call in, clear her name, explain the pick, if you will. You gotta love that. Gotta love that. Dun-dun-dun. This just in. Welcome home from Shane Beamer. Welcome home from Shane Beamer. What do you know? Shane Beamer tweeting, welcome home. Big time start to a new week. Please be a receiver. Please, for the love of God, be a receiver. Please. Please be a receiver. 843-790-3377. Let's see if I can fire off a tweet while on the air. Let's see if I can fire off a tweet here. Let's see. Yeah, welcome home from Shane Beamer. I mean, guys, are we surprised? I mean, the dude's rocking and rolling on the recruiting trail. I mean, Shane Beamer, if you thought he was done, you picked the wrong guy. Here we go. Let's jump back to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Herbstreit.
To accept, press 1. To send a...
Robbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. I am pulling for Alabama tonight.
Very good. Very good.
And I'll tell you why. This is why.
Okay.
Like you said earlier, we're the only, for the last, 10 years, or the last 11 years, we're the last SEC East team to beat Alabama. I want to make sure I want to stay that way. Okay.
Since 2010, yeah. Steven Garcia, the last one from the SEC East. Yes.
So, and let's just be honest. I don't want to see Will Muschamp win a national title because that would make me want to vomit. Okay. I do not want to see Muschamp win a national title. That would make me vomit. It would make me sick. After all the crap after the crap he pulled, I don't want him to win one at all. No.
Yeah.
And it ain't set in stone, but I definitely do have Alabama winning. I just don't know what my score prediction is quite yet.
I like it.
Part of me's leaning like 42-35 Alabama, or vice versa, 42-35 Georgia. But I'm pulling for Alabama 120%.
I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good pick for sure. No, I'm surprised Georgia's the favorite again, and I think I'm picking Georgia solely because I picked them in the preseason. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna ride with it.
Right.
But man, I don't know how you can bet against Alabama at this point. By the way, Robbie, P-Doc wants to know your thoughts on the Raiders game late last night. I know the Steelers playoff hopes were hanging in the balance.
Last night, I probably would have lost my mind and gone crazy if it would have ended in a tie. I would have been so mad because if it would have ended in a tie, we would not be going to the playoffs.
You know, there's a lot of folks that were hoping that was going to happen, just to say to hell with the Steelers. There were a lot of folks out there doing it. A lot of haters, Robbie. A lot of haters of the Steelers out there.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay.
Like you said last week, man, they hate us because they ain't us. The Steelers, the same thing applies to the Steelers.
Yeah, like my cousin that's the Tar Heel fan. He can't stand the fact that I'm a Steelers fan, and I always give him the same argument. He always has the same argument. He's like, dude, he's always like, the Panthers are the closest team to South Carolina. I said, I don't care. I said, I want to pull for a winner when it comes to the NFL, okay? Mm-hmm. And last I checked, we have 6 Lombardis, and your team has none.
Yeah, hey, you did pick a winner. You did pick a winner. You did pick a winner.
And to be honest, did I in what was it 2004? Whenever I think it was the Patriots and the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Was I pulling for the Panthers? Yeah, because I got sick and tired of watching New England and Tom Brady win Super Bowls. So I was pulling for the Panthers. But they got beat. So I was like, okay, I'm never pulling for them again. So now and another thing too is my cousin thinks I'm a Steelers fan only because of my dad, and that's not entirely true. Because I used to watch a lot of Steelers stuff on NFL Network whenever I was in my teen years. So I know a lot about the history of the Steelers and some of the players and where they came from college and all that stuff. So I'm not a bandwagon Steelers fan per se.
Right. I hear you. I got you. Hey, listen, it don't bother me who you pull for in the NFL. It doesn't really move the needle for me either way, Robbie. I don't even have an NFL team, and I won't bandwagon or claim to have one. So I lived in Charlotte for 4 years, moved there in August of the year they went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl. So I could have easily bandwagoned onto the Panthers, but man, I stay so locked in with the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
There's not one NFL team I religiously follow.
College football is more fun.
Right, I would agree. It's superior. There's no question. It's superior.
I mean, and our girls took care of business as they should yesterday. I didn't watch it until after it was already over because I was kind of busy watching the Steelers game.
Yeah, I was actually there, man. It was a good time. It was there. I got to sit in the box. Had a great time. Had a great shout out to those Gamecocks, by the way, that invited me. But that was a good time. Yeah, it's we did work. There's no question. Aaliyah Boston's a certified monster down low. So yeah, we did work.
Oh, she's an absolute. She's a handful. I feel bad now for anybody that's got to guard her. Because some of the stuff she did like yesterday was just absolutely insane.
Yeah, no,
I think it's official. I think it's safe to say she's basically unguardable at this point.
I think that's a good way to describe it. Best player in women's college basketball for sure.
And that block at the 8 minute and 41 second mark in I can't remember what quarter it was in. I think it was the fourth quarter. That block was nasty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, she had like 12 blocks, I think, or something like that. Ninth straight? What was it? Straight double-double?
It wasn't Boston that got that block. The block I'm talking about. It was someone else. Knocked the Kentucky player on her butt.
Yeah,
I was like, good Lord, you need to apologize. I was like, somebody give that girl an apology letter because that was just mean.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, good God, these girls are just, they don't care. They, like, absolute just do not care. All they care about is getting W's and handing out L's and butt whoopings. Good gracious. I mean, how many top 10 teams have we beaten this year? I'm losing track, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're getting to the point. We're getting to the point where we're just going to knock out the entire top 25.
I mean, it's crazy that we've beaten this many top 10 teams already, and we're not even quite. I wouldn't say almost. Pretty close to being either halfway through the season or almost done, which is just crazy.
Yeah, no, it is nuts, man. It is nuts for sure. Time flies and you're having fun, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it does. 100% it does. And I was pulling for the Raiders last night because of John Madden passing away. I was like, I'm pulling for the Raiders tonight, though. I'm not gonna just watch the game and hope someone wins. I'm gonna pull for somebody. So I pulled for the Raiders.
Robbie, did you get to watch the game Saturday? Some men's b-ball.
Saturday, the men's game was a little scary, but we won the game. That's all that matters. I don't care. Saturday was scary. I kind of, got a couple of gray hairs on my head now because of that. You know, we played much better Saturday than we have in the last couple of weeks. We definitely played better on the defensive side of Florida.
Mm. Yeah.
I literally looked at my TV and mouthed to myself, I was like, where the heck has this been the last couple of weeks? We're actually playing hard on defense, boxing out and getting rebounds. Where the hang has this been?
Mm.
Because I look at it like I look at it this way. If you play defense, the offense will eventually start showing up. You win sports, you win like basketball games and football games and baseball or any sport for that matter by playing defense.
Defense wins championships. Defense wins championships.
That's how you win games, okay? So I would be like, look, I don't care who has the ball. If they're wearing, like, say we're playing a home game, right? I was like, you make sure the only colored jersey that gets that ball is wearing a white jersey and it says Carolina across the front of it. No one else that's wearing a different colored jersey gets that ball.
Robbie Martin has re-entered the chat. Robbie Martin has certainly re-entered the chat.
So I just, you know, I still believe that once the men's team hits their stride, I think we'll be okay. So, and we just got to have our big guys got to stay out of foul trouble. I think that's like Bryant fouled out Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy fouled out Saturday. I think that's been our main problem the last couple of weeks is we've had people in foul trouble, especially our best players, Bryant and a couple of one of our big guys.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Wilden's Levesque's game this year. Actually, I think he's played some really good basketball.
Dude, Levesque has. I ain't gonna lie, I was not expecting Levesque to be playing this well.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was good, but I wasn't expecting him to be like playing like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, part of me is kind of not shocked that we won, even though we won by 2 points, because I could see the size difference between our players and their players when it came to the big guys. So I thought to myself, I said, if our big guys just literally just took control of the paint, we'd probably run away with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've said before, and I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face like a Smurf, it doesn't matter about how big your guys are or how good your guys are. You're going to have off days, and you're going to have great days, and you're going to have like middle tier days. And yes, and Saturday we played better than Vanderbilt.
Facts.
Not by much, but we played better than Vanderbilt.
Facts.
And I'll take it. I'll take a 2-point win over a 20-point loss any day.
Facts. Facts. Big facts. No truer words have been spoken here on these airwaves. That's a fact.
And if I was coaching about it, I don't care how you get it done. I just want to walk out of here and go home with a smile on my face, knowing that my players played their butts off and won the ball game. Period. End of story.
For sure. No, it was a fun day Saturday, man. It was a fun day Saturday. One you had to have it, obviously, especially with the upcoming schedule. You go back on the road to take on a top 25 team, and then you got Florida coming home, and then you got to go, next Tuesday to, I believe, Arkansas. So, yeah, you got some big games upcoming. So that was one you had to have. You absolutely had to have it for sure.
Yeah, and I'm so excited for baseball season this year. The closer we get, the more excited I get. It's like football season. but in baseball form. The closer we get, the more excited I get. Like it's crazy.
To baseball season, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited too. Man. Cannot wait.
And I'm gonna talk to my aunt that lives in Columbia because I don't think my cousin's been to a baseball game yet.
Right.
So I'll try and get him to one of those too.
You should, man.
So if you see
should.
me at a baseball game this year and you see a little dude with me, it's my cousin.
Well, Robbie, I can tell you this, and I know I speak for our entire audience here. I've heard your takes around Gamecocks football. I've heard your takes around Gamecocks basketball. I cannot wait to hear some Robbie Davis takes on Gamecocks baseball. Can't wait. So I'm looking forward to it, as we all are.
I am too. I am too very well as well. And shout out to my stepdad, who's probably in the live chat. I can't remember what his username is, but he's usually 9 times out of 10 in the live chat. His name's Rod Smith. I don't know what his username is.
Love to hear that.
So shout out to my stepdad.
Shout out to the stepdad. Great stuff.
Yeah. All right. I made my mind up. All right. Alabama 42, Georgia 35. That's the final score.
That'd be a hell of a game. That'd be one hell of a game. I'm down for it.
Roll Tide only because, like I said, I only want us to be the last SEC team to beat Alabama. So I'm pulling for Alabama.
Love that. Hey, I hear you.
Because here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
The whole fact that it's been almost 12 years since the last time an SEC school beat Alabama is just insane.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hate Georgia. So, and also, like you said, yeah, that's a great fact. So I want that to remain. Stephen Garcia being the last quarterback and us being the last school from the East to beat them. So we'll see. Should be a fun one. Robbie, appreciate the call as always, my friend. We're gonna jump into a break.
Take me some lunch.
Yeah, for sure. What's on the menu today? What's on the menu today for Robbie Davis for the lunch?
I was gonna cook a pizza, but I don't feel like waiting that long to eat lunch, so I'm gonna fix me a bowl of ramen noodles.
Bowl of ramen, love it. The beauty's in the simplicity, my friend. Love to hear that. All right, hey Robbie, go enjoy your lunch, man. We'll talk soon.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. Appreciate it. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. Guys, I want to continue to hear from you. Everything on the national championship, basketball over the weekend, recruiting. Shane Beamer, of course, just dropping a welcome home. Who is it? Who has no idea? We have no clue. Who knows? A lot going on. Again, it's so funny. People ask me, Chris, how do you not run out of stuff to talk about? Tune into the Daily Crow one day. That's all I ask. Just tune in one day. This thing never stops. Shane Beamer never lets us sleep. Love to see it. So again, guys, I want to continue to hear from you, your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break here on this Monday. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls. Also, your texts. We got a couple texts here from, let's see, Richard K. texts in. He says, can we win 8 games next year? This coming from, it says Scott in Greenville, but his name is literally Richard K. Can we win 8 games next year? Yeah, my way to other predictions, I got to say 8-4. He also asked, does basketball make 500 in conference? Make the NIT possibly. Would love to make the NCAA tournament, be sent to Greenville. We would all love to make the NCAA tournament for sure. So, I don't know. You're 1-1 in SEC play right now. I think you got to go at minimum 500 in SEC play to have a chance at the NCAA tournament. So, let's see. William Korb. To hell with Muschamp, to hell with Georgia. Indeed. To hell with Georgia. AJ Bowers has got Bama beating Georgia 48-40. Love it. Thomas Walker says another Alabama win doesn't affect us at all. A Georgia natty would greatly affect our program. Thomas, you think it would greatly affect it? I mean, they're already in the national championship. I don't. How? Let me ask you that, Thomas Walker. How does it greatly affect your program if Georgia wins tonight? I don't see it having hardly any effect at all. I mean, it is what it is. Georgia's an elite. They are. Whether they win tonight or not, they're an elite. They're an elite. Brian Dean, a confirmed Packers fan. Love to hear it. Here we go. Let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Brian Lattimore.
Brian, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking. What's going on?
Not too much. So we're talking national championship. How many times in your life have you ever been able to bet on Alabama as an underdog?
Not many. I mean, I guess the SEC championship, that was the first time they were the dog in quite a while. So, yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's wild to see them as an underdog in a game, especially in a national title game. But here we are. So, we all know who loves it, and that's Nick Saban.
Yeah, I know you're not much of a betting man. I do it with my dad for fun. We don't bet like a ton of money or anything, but, enough to keep the games interesting. It makes the NFL more fun to watch, stuff like that. But, we made a pretty decent bet on Alabama when the SEC championship game. My logic was the exact same whenever I was talking to him. I was like, how do you not bet on Alabama as an underdog? Mm-hmm. How do you not do it?
Yeah.
I just that's a question I always ask people is like, until he gives you a reason to doubt him, don't doubt Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Don't doubt Alabama. You have every reason in the world to doubt Georgia. Every reason. So I'm going to back Alabama until Georgia gives me a reason to back them. And I hope it never happens because I love watching Georgia choke. Mm-hmm. Just love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that, I'm thinking that I guess my greatest doubt for Alabama is what Coach Lawing said last week, that it is hard to beat a team twice. It is certainly hard, but no, you make a great point, man. I mean, you feed Nick Saban the rat poison, and I mean, why wouldn't you, man? Bama's the safe play, even though they're the underdog. That's the crazy thing. As the underdog, I think they are they're the safe play, bottom line. So,
yeah, and I know it doesn't have. Some people act like it has huge implications on our program. I really don't think it does.
No.
What I do look at is it does have really good implications for Georgia moving forward. If they can say they beat an Alabama in a national championship game, the fact that they have a ring now that they can speak about on the recruiting trail. It may not necessarily impact us directly on the recruiting trail, but just having that much more that they can sell to recruits, I don't want to see Georgia become the next Alabama or the next Clemson where they're just in every national championship game for, 4 or 5 year stretch or even further than that. I'd love to see them kind of fall back down to reality, become a beatable team in the near future without us having to be a national championship type team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, dude, Georgia's already in the national championship. I know they choke. I get it, but we're not going toe to toe with Georgia for recruit. I mean, again, if they lose the national title, think about it. What's Shane Beamer going to say? They're on the decline. Like, they just went to the national championship, bro. So, I mean, you know, the recruiting pitch, whether Georgia wins a championship or doesn't, our pitch is not going to change a whole lot. And no, it's not going to affect recruiting at all. I don't think so. I mean, call me crazy. You know, I don't think it's going to affect. All it serves is Gamecock fans will be able to, quote unquote, talk trash to Georgia fans, I guess, and we'll be able to laugh at their misfortune. But it doesn't affect recruiting. It doesn't affect recruiting at all. Georgia's going to continue to be an elite program. They're not going anywhere. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think it affects us, but it definitely affects Georgia. You know, that them having a national championship under their belt this year, if they, you know, selling that for years to come, you know, it really helps them continue to be an elite program for years to come. You know, and I'm hoping at some point they drop off. You know, I don't want to see a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Not with Georgia.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody does. And I think that's one of the greatest challenges, of course, that Shane Beamer faces, that the previous coach and regime faced, is the expectations, or, you know, what have you. I think the mental toughness of Gamecock fans is being tested, and has been tested over the last couple of years, because not only are we struggling to get back to what we were, but Georgia and Clemson are having the best runs in their school's history. And that eats Gamecock fans alive. Just call it for what it is. So, you know, nobody wants to see Georgia and Clemson at the top of college football, at least in the state of South Carolina. Nobody does. So, certainly, again, to hell with Georgia. I'm always pulling against Georgia. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a given who we want to see win the game tonight, for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to talk quarterbacks a little bit too. You know, I was kind of thinking about this morning, you know, the amount of talent that we've come through the quarterback position over the last, 5-6 years or whatever. How much talent we've had come through that position, and the fact that we haven't been able to develop really any of them is just asinine to me. So I'm really hoping, you know, you go back and you look at it, right? 2021, we had 4 starters. You had, Doty, 4-star recruit. You had, Dak Joyner, former 4-star recruit. You know, last year you went through 3 different quarterbacks between Hill, Hilinski, and Doty. You know, Hilinski being another high 4-star recruit. You know, you go back to 2019, you had Jake Bentley, another 4-star recruit, along with Hilinski and Dak. You have to go back to 2018 before we even had consistency at the quarterback position, where you had Jake Bentley that basically started the whole year for you.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I'm really hoping that was like a Muschamp curse. And, just the fact that, with the injuries and everything, I'm really hoping next year with Spencer Rattler coming in that we don't have to have that same thing we've dealt with year in and year out for the last 4 or 5 years, where we've just gone through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping he stays healthy and he's able to provide us some consistency that we've desperately lacked over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to win games when you're going week to week and you don't know who QB1 is. And it's also very hard to win games when you're throwing guys out there at quarterback that aren't SEC caliber. Talking about Zeb Nolan, I'm talking about Jason Brown. The facts are the facts. They're just not. So when you're relying on those type of guys, no disrespect to them, but call a spade a spade. So that's why, again, what Shane Beamer and company did in year 1 really should be appreciated. So, it's tough. It's tough. And it doesn't surprise me. If you would have told me in the year 2013 or 2014 even, hey, here's how many guys are going to play quarterback. I mean, I put up a statistic quite a while ago about how many guys have started under center. And I mean, it's a shit ton over the last 6 or 7 years. So it's not shocking. You know what I mean? There aren't many teams that have a revolving door at that position that are very good. So yeah, I think certainly getting back to consistency at that position and finding the dude, you could tell that was priority number 1, or one of the top priorities for Shane Beamer. I think very wisely so. Again, it's you can have everything else figured out, but if you don't have that position, man, it's just going to be really tough to win week in, week out in the SEC. And I understand what Georgia did, but hey, put respect on Stetson Bennett. But South Carolina also doesn't have a generational defense. Like, realistically, to compete at a high level, you got to have the guy under center, man. Look what happened to Clemson this year. As a team, they weren't bad. They missed on the most important position on the field, though, right? I mean, DJ didn't have a good year. He wasn't very good this year. So you got to have that position figured out. And again, that's why you go out of your way to make sure you bring a Rattler in and you recruit guys like Tanner Bailey and Braden Davis. And people are asking, oh, my God, why are you bringing in so many quarterbacks? Because until you find the guy, you can't have too many of them. You can't. So
right.
I think Beamer understands that. I think he gets that. And again, we all know, and especially when you have that player under center that gives you hope and gives you promise for the future, it attracts more recruits. Great players want to play with great players. So, having that guy under center is very important. And, you know, you look back at 2016, 17, 18, 19, and, I think it was certainly the previous staff and their mismanagement of the position and their lack of development and we don't even have to go into that. I mean, I think people understand what happened with Muschamp being a destroyer of quarterbacks, which honestly, that's why I wasn't upset when we lost Gunnar Stockton, because I'm like, anybody who's deranged enough to hook their wagon to Will Muschamp and Mike Bobo, I mean, I don't want him anyways. I really don't. I really don't want him anyways. So, and from the things I've heard about Gunnar Stockton, I doubt he plays at Georgia, to be totally honest with you. So, either way, though, again, it's obvious that Shane Beamer made that position a priority, which I think is very wise. And all of a sudden, going into this 2022 season, it goes from being a liability to being a strength. So, which is a great feeling to have. So we'll see how it shakes out, but that should be a strength for South Carolina now.
Yeah, and you mentioned Clemson. Clemson, they struck a pot of gold. They had two generational type quarterbacks come through their program back to back. And that's kind of how their dynasty.
I mean, Deshaun Watson changed Clemson football. Deshaun Watson changed Clemson football. It took the right guy under center. And, he completely changed their program. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, they had really good players before that, but, that's a huge piece. If you're missing that piece, that's a huge piece. So, without a quarterback, you don't have a chance. So,
It's incredible to think, you get a Deshaun Watson come through your program and entirely change, the expectations of the fans. And then, as Gamecocks, we're like, thank God, he's leaving for the NFL this year. Thank God we might actually have a chance next year. Then you get a Trevor Lawrence that comes in. It's like, damn, I didn't think it could get any worse. He just comes in and just torches you year one as a true freshman. I mean, so it's like, now that you've got rid of those two players and you finally get back to a DJ, Ukulele, whatever the hell his name is, it's a breath of fresh air that, finally, there's a chance of, overcoming that hurdle that's been plaguing us for years in the past. So obviously we still have deficiencies across the field, as far as talent's concerned, but, we're getting there. We're building competitive depth. It almost seems like daily, and really hoping we get there,
And now they're
really disappointing.
Now they're bringing in a 5-star from wherever the hell, Texas, I guess, that might be their starter. Who knows? I mean, again, but back to the Carolina Clemson thing, man. I mean, like you said, hey, you know what? Clemson did have a quote unquote off year, and DJ wasn't that great, and you still lost 30-0. So we got to take care of our business in house, man. It doesn't matter who Clemson brings in. As Coach Lawing said last week, and I know many people probably missed this part of the conversation or just kind of glossed over it because it's not what you want to hear. We're good. We're a good 3. He said 5 to 6. I'll say we're a good 3 to 4 recruiting classes away from realistically lining up and saying we can go toe to toe with the Georgias, the Clemsons, probably the A&Ms of the world. So they're just that far ahead of you, man. They've been recruiting at a high level since, 2012, 2011. So, I mean, it's we got a ways to go. The bottom line, we got a ways to go. But at least now a guy like a Spencer Rattler gives you a chance in that type of game. So you got to have that dude, man, like I said. So it's, but yeah, I mean, we like I said, we just got to take care of our business in house, man. I think it's just wasted energy to pull that or a hope that, your rival misses in recruit. We just got to get better because Georgia's going nowhere. Clemson's going nowhere. A&M's going nowhere. We got to elevate our game. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to circle back around to your Spencer Rattler, and I'm hoping that he can be your your Deshaun Watson or your Trevor Lawrence and be that generational type of player. Even if he only gives us a year, to really put us back on the map. Maybe to win a game or two that you weren't supposed to win next year. And really set the precedence for all the other quarterbacks on the roster that we brought in that are sitting behind him. They see that. They see that firsthand. They say, that's how we're supposed to operate. And they might learn a thing or two and become better players because of it. And I'm really hoping that we can pull in some better type quarterbacks to kind of continue to help elevate the program. You need a Deshaun Watson or a Trevor Lawrence to really reach your pinnacle of potential.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, man. And I said it before. One of the biggest victories of the Spencer Rattler edition. Again, you get him to the NFL. Do what he needs to do. Plays good football. He's an NFL talent. He's an NFL guy. You get him drafted, first quarterback drafted in freaking 30 years. All of a sudden, it opens the door to more top quarterback talent. Hey, I can go to South Carolina and achieve all I want to achieve and get to the league. So it's huge, man. It's huge for a variety of reasons. But, I'm excited, man. Beamer Rattler 2022, it's a movement. So I'm excited for what's to come in this second season of Shane Beamer for sure.
Yeah. If you see Caleb Williams go to Georgia, that game becomes very, very interesting next year.
Oh, yeah. No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. In will he be? So never know.
Yep. All right, Chris, we'll let you go. Appreciate the call, man.
Brian, I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for the call, as always. 843-790-3377, guys. Heading over to the TDC Questions channel. In the Big Cock Club Discord, Bad Brad 757 actually says he's heading to the game tonight, hoping for an amazing game, not looking forward to the barking. Also says, go Steelers. Brennan M commenting, love getting out of class to a new welcome home. Yummy rat poison, by the way, for Alabama. So who knows? Aaron Thompson, want to get back to this comment he made earlier, because I do want to clarify some of my comments. He said, did you say that Carolina doesn't go head-to-head with Georgia in recruiting? Aaron, the point I was making is that I would first off say, when's the last time we beat out Georgia for a recruit? That's the first thing. No, we're not recruiting the same guys they are, Aaron. For a lot of the scenarios, we're not. That those top 5-star guys they're recruiting, we're not in those conversations right now. But my point I was making was, again, people asking, how does it affect recruiting if Georgia wins, if Bama? I mean, if Georgia loses, again, you think it's really going to affect recruiting all of a sudden? Like Georgia's going to fall off? We're going to start stealing their prospects? Like, no, dude. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, and John makes the point. Jordan Birch and Hunt. I understand. I'm not saying we've never beaten a Georgia. Hey, I could go back to Jamias Williams. I'm saying we've beat Georgia out for prospects before, but whether they win or lose tonight, I want Georgia to lose because to hell with Georgia, right? But whether they win or lose, that's not all of a sudden going to have some seismic shift in the recruiting landscape. Either way,
one. To
step
send
back
a
to the phone lines
voicemail,
here.
press 2.
Justin, what's going on, man? How are you?
Not much. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you asking. What's going on?
Not much. Hey, Chris, it's been a while. We haven't talked for a minute,
It's been a little bit, man. I know it's been kind of crazy with, the holiday season and everything else. I feel like, even though last week was the first week of the year, coming off the New Year's holiday and all that, I feel like this is almost kind of the first week of the year because a lot of people take last week off and people are still kind of getting in the groove, during last week. So, hey, classes start today. So everybody is really back. Everybody's really back. So, but either way, man, it feels good to hear from you. What's going on?
Not much. Hey, Chris, I was sorry last time when South Carolina beat Vanderbilt. It was a tough place we had Vanderbilt,
Yeah, I didn't realize even going in the game until I did some research just how tough it has been for us there. South Carolina going into that game, had lost 7 of their last 8 in Nashville. Had lost 7 of their last 8 at Memorial Gymnasium. So, yeah, to go in there and get a win, man, was a very big deal. And, again, Vanderbilt favored by 6.5, 7, 8, depending on the book you looked at. So, huge win for sure. Huge win, one you had to have. Now you get back to you get your first SEC win, first true road win of the year, your 500 SEC play. Great job by all parties involved. I thought you played fantastic defense. You didn't have to rely on the 3 ball. You did a much better job underneath, down low. So overall, great win, man. And again, you just had to have it because you look at what you got upcoming. You got Tennessee tomorrow night, top 25 team. You got Florida at home Saturday, which they're not ranked, but Florida's Florida. They're a good basketball program. You got to go to Fayetteville next Tuesday. So it only gets tougher. It only gets tougher. So, no, huge win. Huge win.
Oh, yeah. And, Chris, you got to get that W, you know, because the next one's not going to be easy, you know.
Oh, for sure. None of them do. The SEC has transformed itself as a college basketball conference. None of them are easy. None of those games, getting wins in the SEC, none of them are easy. None of them are easy. So, yeah, the SEC has completely transformed itself as a college basketball conference for sure.
Oh, yeah. And, Chris, the thing about Tennessee, that's a tough place to win, you know.
It is. No, yeah. It's dude, there's no such thing as a bad road win in conference play. So Tennessee fans will show up, show out. They'll be loud. They'll be rowdy. And, we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. And, Chris, if I watched the Vanderbilt game the other day, you can see Vanderbilt had no fans in the win, you know.
No, yeah, they're not allowing students. So, either way, still a big win, but yeah, they're not allowing students because I guess the COVID stuff that's reared its ugly head again. But Tennessee will have fans, so Tennessee will have fans, so it'll be a challenge.
Oh yeah, you got the silence the crowd, you know.
Yeah, you got to battle the elements, man. Again, you won your first true road game Saturday, so can you make it back to back? It would be a huge win tomorrow night. Huge win.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be huge. Would be if you could beat the both Tennessees, you know, back to back, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. Like I said, just getting back to back conference wins and yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yep. Hey Chris, who you going for the national championship?
Well, bro, it's to hell with Georgia always. It's to hell with Georgia. So I guess I'm going for Bama. I'd really just like to see a great game. I am very intrigued at the game, looking forward to the game. But I mean, in no universe am I pulling for Georgia. None. So I don't like Bama by any stretch, but to hell with Georgia. And the last thing I want to see is Will Muschamp winning a ring. So
yeah, and Chris, I don't like both teams there, but I had to go with Georgia because some people going for Georgia, you know.
So you're pulling for Georgia.
Oh yeah.
So what's the reasoning then?
Well, because I got a lot of friends who live in Georgia, you know.
Oh, okay. So you want your buddies to be happy. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's tough, you know.
No, I got you. I understand. I get it.
Yep. Because me and my soccer fans, Chris, it's just hard, you know.
No, I trust me. I grew up right on the border of South Carolina and Georgia, man. That's why growing up, I hated Georgia more than Clemson, probably, to be honest with you, because the Georgia fans were just so unbearable. I wasn't, they were so unbearable. Clemson fans became worse when they started winning. So, yeah, I'm not no. I hope all the bad things in life happen to the University of Georgia. I do actually have a buddy that works for Georgia football, but I can't pull for Georgia, man. I can't do it. I'm just hoping to see a really fun game. I just want to see a really fun game. So.
Yeah, me too, Chris. And Chris, I hope it doesn't be a blowout. You know, we don't want that game. You know.
No. I'd like to see a really good competitive game come down to the wire. So.
Oh yeah, that's true, Chris. Hey, Chris, fire go, man. What's the latest on Caleb Williams?
The latest on Caleb Williams, it sounds like it's down to Georgia and Southern Cal. So, have to wait and see. I'm not 110% sure where he's going to go. I don't know if anybody is, but sounds like it's between Georgia and Southern Cal.
Wow, it's between both teams, huh?
Yeah, it's going to come down to one of those two. I think either Georgia or going to hang out with his buddy Lincoln Riley out in Los Angeles. So. We'll see. I mean,
yeah, Chris. Hey, Chris. One must say he was down. I think he was down in LA today. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he's looking at Southern Cal right now. He's in Los Angeles right now. You know.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to wait and see on that, you know.
Oh yeah, no, we'll wait and see. And nah, bro, we'll worry about what we got going on. We'll worry about what we got going on with Spencer Rattler, and to hell with it. Whoever they want to play at quarterback or wherever he goes, whatever, doesn't affect us at all. So is what it is. We'll beat whoever they throw out there.
Oh yeah, hey Chris, what's the latest about the transfer for Saco?
Yeah, I mean, we should be finding out about some commits here soon. Beamer's obviously tweeted out welcome home 3 times in the last 3 days. So I would assume the other 2 guys are transfer portal, maybe one's a 2023 prospect, who knows. But no, I think Beamer and company are still hard at work in getting the best possible guys out of the portal. So no need to fear. I think Beamer and company are getting after it.
Yep, also Chris. Well, Chris, that's all I say, man.
Hey, Justin, I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for the call. Always a pleasure to hear from you.
Yep, you too, Chris. Go Cox.
Go Cox. Good stuff. 843-790-3377. Thomas Walker making the point. All I know is that success at neighboring programs is never good for recruiting. Thomas, I understand that. I don't disagree with you. My only point, dude, they are in the national championship. They've already had a successful season. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, I want Georgia's demise to happen as badly as you do. But, all right, let's jump back to the phone lines here.
Call from
John from Rock Hill.
John, what's going on, man? How are you?
Good. Usually I don't get to call in on Monday, but I actually had to stay home today because I woke up before I get my thought. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and had like this cough that just went on for a few minutes. So I texted my boss. I'm like, hey, I can't come in today. So I stayed home today. Rid of this cough.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, fire away.
I mean, hold on, give me a minute, sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean, I'm really looking for the baseball season. I mean, that is not that. Look, I mean, I played basketball in high school, but I for some reason, like, yeah, I'll watch Carolina basketball. I can't for some reason get into it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough because, you know, I think we're kind of in a situation where, again, I think a lot of Gamecock fans, you know, call it for what it is, apathy is set in. And we talked about it with football, you know, 2 years ago when the previous regime was here, and you just start to lose hope. And when you lose hope, hope isn't everything, but if you don't have hope, you have nothing. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think I don't know. I don't know that Gamecock fans, a lot of fans know how they're supposed to feel about the basketball program. They want a reason to cling to it and get excited, but it's tough. It's tough, and I get it. And, you know, listen, I'm hoping we go on a run and make the tournament and all is well in Gamecock Nation again. But, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
No, yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Like, at one point we were at, double digits or something like that, and then it was like a single-digit game. Like, so I kept seeing on Twitter, it's like people saying something about the refs, but I really didn't know what was going on. And
bro,
that's why the game got so close.
I'm not going to single out South Carolina fans when I say this, but college basketball fans, it is death, taxes, and complaining about referees. I mean, every single game, the refs are terrible. Like, just forget about the refs. The refs are bad. The refs are always going to be bad. They'll never not be bad. Refs suck no matter what. Umpires suck. They suck no matter the sport. I mean, it just is what it is, man. So I try not to spend a lot of time complaining about refs because it just gets old. It's like every game we're complaining about refs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't see what happened, so I mean, I was just wondering why the game got so close. So.
Yeah. No, I expected a close game.
We were. But hey, you get the win, and let me ask you this before I let you go. What the heck was that last possession by Vanderbilt? That was horrible.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't, you know, you got a chance to win the ball game there, at worst tie it, and no, I have no clue, my man. I have no clue what they were thinking.
What that play call was.
Yeah, I got no clue what they were thinking.
No.
So.
I was going to say this. Maybe they wonder why they were a baseball school, not either a football basketball school.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. I don't know what Scottie Pippen Jr. was doing there, but thank goodness he did it. Put it that way.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Tennessee. Oh yeah, Tennessee did play LSU. I watched a lot of that game on Saturday against LSU. because I was actually watching the LSU Tennessee game with my dad, and like every time like LSU would make the LSU went on a couple runs, I looked at my dad and I'm like, you don't think these fans enjoy being back in the building?
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
I mean, it got wild.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't the women play the other day? They played Kentucky yesterday,
Women played
right?
yesterday and won by 21 points.
Well, that's a 21 ranked Kentucky team apparently.
Oh yeah,
And you beat by 21.
Yeah, ranked 21st.
But it's another ranked. It's another ranked win to put on the. Not that you need a resume, but it's another ranked win on the resume. Not that they don't need a resume to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's a couple thoughts, and one of the call I usually don't get to on a Monday.
Yeah, appreciate it, John. Thanks so much for the call, man. We'll talk soon. Good stuff. 843-790-3377. So, guys, we are going to jump into one final break here on this Monday. One final break. But I want to continue to hear from you in the final segment, final 10 minutes or so of the Daily Crow. Your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Final segment here, the Daily Crow on a Monday, January the 10th. Taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Somebody says we need a fullback. Terrence says, Chris, what do you think about us getting a fullback? We need a fullback like Patrick DeMarco. Dude, anybody that can help us score points, I'm game with it. David Jones, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Dude Raw for shows that I heard on the channel say the refs should be full-time with off-season training. I agree. If they're going to call the game, they should be performance-rated as well. Yeah, I mean, why not? The SEC is making so much money. Why not make the guys full-time? I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't make them full-time, to be totally honest with you. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Brian Dean says, to hell with Georgia. To hell with Georgia. It's all about the food, hot wings, and blue cheese, the nice cold draft. Good stuff. Brian, appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you, Brian. Let's see. Brack says, in the TDC Questions channel, says, not going to lie, I'm pulling for Georgia tonight. Wow. I agree with Chris. I hate to see Muschamp win a ring. I made a promise to my friends in Georgia if they will pull for us in the bowl game, I would pull for them against Bama. They sat here and pulled for us, so I have to pull for Georgia tonight. Interesting.
Call from.
Let's jump to the phone lines here.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
My guy, all due respect, I'm not going to take a call. We can't. It sounds like Morse code. You got to get that fixed, my guy. You got to get that fixed before we take the call in the air. Brack also says, Georgia winning or losing tonight has no effect on recruiting for us. Like Chris is saying, they're playing for a national title. If anything, the players will flip and go to Bama if they lose. I doubt we gain a recruit if Georgia loses the title again. Yeah, for sure. And again, I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't be pulling against Georgia and that, them losing games, that's a positive for us. But, I mean, I'm not, my number one thought process in the game is that, we need Georgia to lose so we can jump ahead of them in recruiting. It's like, I mean, I want them to lose for many reasons, but us jumping them in recruiting, I don't think that's going to happen if they lose. You know what I'm saying? So either way, to hell with Georgia. To hell with Georgia. To hell with Georgia. No doubt. To hell with Georgia. All right. Got just a little bit over 5 minutes to go, guys. Like I said, quick reminder, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 573. Full breakdown of what happened over the weekend. Gamecocks basketball finding a way to get the job done. Also talked women's, also talked recruiting, and a great conversation, throwback conversation as well, with former South Carolina receiver Troy Williamson. Really good stuff here on this Monday. Robbie Davis texts in, says, again, Roll Tide score of the girls' game yesterday was South Carolina 75, Kentucky 54. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't know if you caught it, but you said that we won by 21 points. We actually won by 20. No one's perfect. Was it 70? Whatever. Whatever, Robbie. Thank you for chiming in and letting me know that I was wrong. Thank you. All good. Hey, that's why Robbie's here, man, to hold me accountable. Love that. Love that. Let's see. I thought I saw Luke RJ text in. Yeah, here it is. Luke RJ did text in and says, in my opinion, Clemson's not going anywhere. As long as Dabo is there, they will be good. He'll figure it out, I think. But what if one day we saw the rivalry game at the end of the year where with Beamer, South Carolina was number 1 and Clemson was number 2, both undefeated? That would be wild. Yeah, it would. That really would. It'd be cool. It'd be cool overall for the health of the rivalry. No doubt. I dude, at this point, I mean, I hate to say it, and I mean, I know you guys will hate to hear it more than I hate to say it, but at this point, I really just want to see the South Carolina Clemson rivalry get competitive again. I really do. I really do. So, the game has gotten uncompetitive. It's lost its spice. It's lost its flavor. So, get it back to being competitive and fun again. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully with the additions of Rattler and what Shane Beamer's doing. But, man, it's getting old. It's still gotten old. It's, Anyways. mean, Brandon Wagner, I pull for them to lose every single game. So I don't need Clemson to be good and like, oh, well, we beat a good team. I don't care if they go 0-12. Whatever. A win's a win's a win. I would just love to beat them. Would just love to beat them. Bottom line, would just love to beat them. So. Yeah, the streets are active right now in regards to the welcome homes. Shane Beamer, there are 2 unknowns out there. We'll have to wait and see. Brian Lattimore, the TDC Questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord, says, I don't look at it from the perspective of us gaining anything. I look at it from the perspective of UGA gaining even more momentum on the recruiting trail for years to come. Again, I hear you, Brian. I'm pulling for Georgia to lose. But Georgia's going to be Georgia. I mean, dude, Brian, how much more momentum can they gain? They're in the top 5 in recruiting every year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like totally disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that like it's not like if Georgia loses, their program's going for a nosedive. You know what I mean? Like it's they're here to stay. I mean, dude, when's the last time you looked and said Georgia was like trash? I mean, it's been a very long time. So yeah. AJ Bauer says we'll be competing again soon, real soon. Fans just have to stay patient. Let these guys work and it'll pay off. Indeed. Yeah, give Beamer time. Give Beamer time. David Jones says everybody may be chasing A&M before this is all over. $30 million per recruiting class is hard to top. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They put a lot of money in that recruiting class for this year. Put a lot of money in it. No doubt. No doubt. By the way, guys, quick update. You know, the Spencer Rattler Road to Glory stuff, the NCAA football content. Something I want to do for sure. Something that I want to do for sure. I'm not exactly sure how it fits in my schedule, where it fits in the schedule. So probably going to be holding off for a bit. I don't know. I mean, I want to do it. It's really fun content, but it's adding something else. I don't know. We'll make it happen at some point. But I just want to let you guys know that I have not forgotten about it or anything. So let's see. We got a minute and a half to go, folks. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Great stuff. Check out the podcast again that dropped this morning. Great conversation on there. Great show overall, breaking down everything that happened over the weekend. Yours truly. We'll probably be tweeting through the game tonight. I'll be just having a low-key night, watching the game at the house, whatever. Very excited for the national championship game. Going to be a good time. Going to be a good time. Might grill some steaks. I don't know. Something like that. We're going to have a good night tonight, working on some stuff and watching that game as well. I'm trying to let my guy Brian Lattimore get his question here on the Daily Crow or on the TDC Questions channel because I see him typing. I don't know if maybe he's not going to leave a question. Carolina Titan says, the transfer portal has really changed coaches' ability to flip their rosters quick. Beamer's doing a solid job, and we just have to trust him. For sure. No, for sure. Listen, Beamer ball to the moon, baby. We're getting the job done. Travis says that Road to Glory might be good summer content. Oh, indeed, Travis. That's certainly – we'll definitely be doing that over the summer, no question. So, Brian Lattimore losing to Alabama twice in the season creates turmoil and concern in their program. Ending on a loss, even in the national title, is a huge blow for Georgia. Never know. It could be the spark for the explosion of the program. Hey, hoping so. Hoping so, Brian. Hoping so. Looks like P-Dog says Reed just committed and announced it. Yes, Devontae Reed just committed. So that's a great place to end the show, by the way. Going to go get this out on social media. Appreciate you all tuning in, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll